When 3 HOA bikers started circling my house like wolves sizing up prey, I assumed it was just another warning pass. But when I pulled up and saw my wife collapse at the doorway with a broken leg, clutching our terrified daughter, I understood something instantly. This wasn't about lawn measurements or neighborhood standards anymore. This was intimidation, and they had chosen the wrong family. The morning had barely begun when Emily called me. Her voice shook so badly I could feel it through the phone. She managed to whisper just one sentence. "They're back." Then the line went dead. I didn't hesitate. I drove home faster than I ever had before. When I turned onto our street, my heart nearly stopped. Emily was sitting on the doorstep, leaning against the open door, holding our daughter tightly as if shielding her from a storm. A thick cast wrapped around her leg, and a bright red scrape marked the side like it had taken a hard hit. Then I saw them. 3 motorcycles labeled HOA Compliance Patrol rolled slowly past our house in a deliberate crawl. Leather jackets, dark visors, clipboards strapped to their bikes. They didn't stop. They didn't speak. They just stared as they rode by. Emily pulled our daughter closer, her breathing uneven. "They came all the way up the driveway," she said when she saw me. "They said the lawn wasn't trimmed to community standards. When I told them you'd handle it this weekend, the big one kicked the trash bin onto the porch. I tried to stop him. I slipped." She glanced down at her cast. They didn't even look back. This wasn't new. 2 weeks earlier, we'd been fined $150 because a stroller sat visible for exactly 9 minutes. Another time, they entered our backyard to measure our fence and claimed the shade was too warm-toned. When I brought it up to the HOA board, they barely reacted. "The motorcycle patrol is necessary to maintain discipline," they said. Discipline, meaning fear, meaning control. I helped Emily inside, trying to steady my anger. She kept glancing at the windows like those engines might rumble back at any moment. Our daughter refused to leave her side. Every fine, every threat, every smug letter stamped with HOA authority. And now this. Emily injured, my daughter terrified, our home invaded. That's when I decided this wouldn't be another ignored complaint. I would expose them legally, publicly, and loudly. Their bullying ended today. But before I could gather my thoughts, I heard it, the low rumble of engines approaching again. This time they weren't passing by. They were coming back. The sound grew louder, bouncing off the houses like thunder rolling down our quiet street. I stepped to the window and felt my stomach tighten. The 3 bikers were turning into my driveway. Emily's breath caught. Our daughter hid behind her, tiny fingers clutching her shirt. I motioned for them to stay back. They wanted confrontation. They were about to get one. The first biker shut off his engine, boots hitting the pavement with a heavy thud. The other 2 positioned themselves behind him in a tight triangle, partially blocking the street. The leader slowly lifted his visor. His eyes radiated arrogance. "You ignored yesterday's violation notice," he said calmly. I stepped onto the porch. "My wife is injured because of you." He shrugged. "Accidents happen. Rules are rules. And your lawn still isn't trimmed." Emily gasped. "We told you he works all day. He'll fix it Saturday." The biker tilted his head. "Saturday isn't on the schedule. Priority violations require immediate correction." My fist tightened. "You trespassed. You harassed my wife. One of you kicked our bin like a vandal. This is enforcement. It's harassment." The leader smirked. "We enforce compliance. If your family can't maintain standards, maybe you shouldn't live here." Emily flinched. Our daughter began crying softly. Something inside me settled. Quiet, controlled, final. I pulled out my phone and hit record. All 3 bikers stiffened. "Let's talk about compliance," I said sharply. "You entered my property without notice. You verbally intimidated my wife, and your actions resulted in injury. Every word you say is being recorded and forwarded to my attorney." For the first time, the leader hesitated. "Turn that off," he demanded, stepping forward. "No," I replied evenly, "but you're going to turn around and leave." "Please," Emily whispered behind me. The bikers exchanged looks. They hadn't expected resistance. Not on camera. "This isn't over," the leader muttered at last. I stepped closer. It's just beginning. Their engines roared back to life. One by one, they backed out and sped down the street, retreating after their intimidation failed. As soon as they disappeared, Emily broke down. I held her carefully. Our daughter wrapped around both of us. This wasn't about a lawn anymore. It was about safety, about dignity, about protecting our home. I sent the footage to a lawyer, filed a police report, and contacted a local journalist known for exposing HOA abuse. Within hours, the video circulated throughout the community, and then something unexpected happened. Neighbors began speaking up. Stories poured in, unlawful inspections, threatening letters, late-night visits. We weren't the only ones. By evening, the HOA board called an emergency meeting. The biker patrol was suspended. An internal investigation was opened. For the first time in months, our street was quiet. Emily slept peacefully that night. Our daughter smiled again. And I realized something important. Bullies only win when people stay silent. The HOA tried to scare the wrong family. Now the entire neighborhood was standing with us.